Hi guys, my name is Naya. I'm singer, songwriter and producer, and today we're making 100 goals for this year, and I'll show you how to make sure that you can get them done. Let's go. So to make it achievable, you need to think of 12 to max 24 pretty big goals that you want to achieve. It can be maybe getting a driving license, or maybe you're a musician and you want to play at some festival that you always wanted to play at. So it has to be like 12 or a little bit more goals. So each big goal falls into kind of each month. That's gonna help you to make sure you achieve it. And then the rest of the goals either have to be maybe small habits or something that is enjoyable, something that is like self-care. And most importantly, majority of these goals, the small goals, they have to be like little steps towards your 12 big goals. So for example, if you want to play at like big music festival and that's your big goal, then the small goals can be improve your singing, improve your stage presence, improve how you play your instrument. So to start making your list, you need to think of the things that you want to get rid of first. So maybe there is a habit that you don't like that you do and you want to get rid of it this year. Or maybe there are some things that you wanted to do this year but you haven't finished it. So I would definitely recommend putting it as a part of your 100 goals, the things that you wanted to do but you haven't and maybe didn't have time, you know. So I think that's really important to first get rid of. Another really important thing is to simplify everything and making everything really clear. For example, if you're a musician and you want to get more plays on Spotify, just write down the specific number that you want, and then your smaller goals can be kind of towards achieving it. So maybe promoting your music more through like blogs or somewhere, or applying to more radios to get your music played. And another thing to make it achievable, once you have your goals, put in your calendar. So each month you put your big goal and then you write when you're gonna be starting to achieve it, like the start date and the deadline, and what you're gonna do to achieve it, and also write down why is it important for you to achieve it as well, so it can help you to stay motivated. Another really good tip is if you come up with some habits that you want to start doing, you can stack it together with your old habits. So for example, if every morning you're going for a walk with your dog and you want to learn more through listening to some podcasts about like self-development or whatever, you can listen to that podcast while you're going for a walk with your dog, and obviously do that daily. So then you're going to listen to podcasts or whatever daily. So that's going to help you to stay consistent, because obviously it comes together with your old habit. Another thing about habits, if you have a habit that you want to get rid of, just exchange it with the habit that you like to start doing, because humans are all about action and habits. So if you want to get rid of something, you have to basically exchange it with a new one, rather than just trying to stop doing it. If you're drinking too much alcohol, or you smoke, or anything that you don't like and you want to stop doing, so that really helps. Another thing about habits, so like exercises or anything that you think is hard to start doing and keeping yourself consistent, make them as a non-negotiables daily. Just agree with yourself that I'm not going to sleep till I get it done. So you know that you can't end your day without doing it. You have to do it. It's just non-negotiable. And I would definitely recommend doing the habits that you really don't like in the morning. So first thing you wake up and you straight away do it, you know, rather than just like thinking whole day, oh, later I'm gonna need to do this and I just don't want to do it, but I have to, you know. So it's better to just get rid of it and then don't think about it. So to make things happen easier for you, I would recommend creating vision board according to your 100 goals. So my vision board has 8 categories, and for me it is career, finance, creativity and expression, health and movement, beauty and self-care, spirituality, relationships and community, and then joy, fun and life experiences. Because I have to make sure you're not only working hard this year, but also finding time to care for yourself, love yourself and enjoy the life, you know. I think that's really important to have the balance. So since I have 8 categories on my vision board, that means if you have 100 goals and you split it into 8 categories, you end up having around 12 and a half goals. So basically around 12 goals per category, which is not that much, to be honest. And you don't have to come up with goals that are insanely hard to achieve. Obviously, you need 12 or 24 goals that are hard to achieve, but all the other ones, they don't have to be that much hard. And also, if it's hard for you to start doing something, maybe for example you want to start running 5 times a week, maybe start it with 2 or 3 and then later increase it, rather than just doing it 1 week and then quitting it. And make sure it's achievable, it's motivational, they want to do it, so it has to be feasible. And as I mentioned before, think of what you want to change. I think environment is really important for us. It shapes us and our reality. So if your environment is really bad, like for example, your work is draining you, your friends' ambitions and values do not align with yours, then maybe you should consider spending less time with your friends, or just consider what is best for you to feel like you're the best version of yourself, rather than feeling like you're constantly being drained and unhappy. So small goals are really important because they are slowly bringing you closer to the big goals. So it's best to have small goals that are not that significant, but do it often. It's gonna build you way much more than just very rarely doing one big thing, if that makes sense. And another thing I think is important, it's nice to change your habits. However, don't create like 30 new habits, because it's gonna be not feasible. And about the vision board, all the categories that I mentioned, it is important to have some goals in each of the category. I understand, for example, some people, they want to focus on their career, so make all the goals about career, but it is important to fill all the categories. Because even if your career is main focus this year, the other categories of your life do not pause. For example, ignore your health. Like, you need energy. You need to feel strong and good and healthy in order to achieve the goals in your career. And you need self-care, because if you ignore self-care, then the burnout comes faster. Right, and the most important thing is just do not quit. Just keep on slowly going towards your goals. And if you can't achieve it this year, don't feel like you're a failure or something. Just still aim to achieve it. If not this year, you can do it next year or the year after. However, definitely don't think about it like that about all your goals. But sometimes life happens and you can't make it, so just don't beat yourself up about it. And just try to do the best you can, and that's all you can do basically. And the aim is balance, aim is to not burn out, aim is just to make sure you have strong 12 goals, and then others are helping to build you towards those big 12 goals, right? Another thing I must mention, you have to make sure you know how to track it, and you track your habits and the things you achieve. So for me, for past 2 years, I've been using notebooks to write down my habits. So this was 2025. And so what I did in this notebook, I might make like a separate video for like all my notebooks, but basically it's just like morning pages and my goals, the books I read and I want to read, and my creative projects, things I want to do. And yeah, so you can track some of your habits there. You can to make it motivational. What I've done, for example, I got this little book. It's technically for 10,000 hours of work, because according to studies, if you do 10,000 hours of work, you master the thing you're doing. However, how I'm using it is a little bit different. I'm just kind of helping myself to keep on track. So I'm just literally writing down the thing that I want to do, and then I write down how many days in a row or how many hours I've done it. So basically kind of tick it off. And that's helping me to do stuff. And for example, if you have like bad habits, want to stop drinking as well or whatever, just you can mark how many days you have not been drinking. It's going to make you feel like you're achieving, and it's going to make you feel motivated to keep going. So I either use it for how many hours I've done something, or I use it for things done. For example, if I'm uploading YouTube video, I am marking down that I uploaded YouTube video. So yeah, that's really helpful. And what I do as well, I've got good notes on the iPad, and basically here, so I have this little notebook here, and there I write down what I do daily, and I have like a little calendar of when I have to do what. It's like a weekly thing, because I try to make my weeks similar as much as possible. So every day of the week I have like specific tasks that I want to get done. So having like some sort of calendar and marking down the days when you have to get something done, it's really helpful as well. Right, so first of all, we need to do create 12 goals. I have created it already. So since I created my 12 goals, now I'm gonna just put them in the categories they belong in. And then if I have more big goals going into specific categories, I'm gonna fill the other categories more with the smaller goals. Right, so I made my 100 goals. They're not very specific yet, but I will specify them in a second. So the easiest way how you can do that is just write down, for example, your 12 goals. That is the most important thing. And then if you don't have that much time, just go to maybe ChatGPT and ask AI to create the remaining goals. So it sums up to 100. And basically write down that the 12 goals are the main goals, and the remaining goals are for you to reach the 12 goals. And for example, for me, it says career, so big goals, music releases, creative projects, long-term direction, and small goals, weekly music practice, monthly songwriting sessions, and quarterly skill building workshops. Well, that's what AI says. But obviously I'm gonna change it and so on. So just AI helps you to just kind of see examples of how it could look like, and then you go for it, you just copy and paste it and then specify it. And then obviously once you're done, make sure to put stuff in your calendar. So that's it for today's video. I hope that is clear enough. I will create a PDF with vision board categories that you can build your 100 goals from. So let me know what your goals are for this year, how you're planning to achieve it, what you're gonna do to achieve it. And yeah, and I will list the link in the description of this video. So check that PDF out. It is free. It's just to kind of help you sort out the plan for this year. Also, since I made this list, I'm thinking of sharing my goals throughout the year with you, whether I achieve it or not. And obviously, sometimes it doesn't happen, and it is fine. Like, you can achieve something in 2 years or 3 years or maybe 5 years, but as long as you continually working towards that goal, you really want to achieve it, then it's all good. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. And thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year, and see you in the next video. Bye.